Dude, my hair is greasy as fuck. Look, look. Just came back from the
Beautiful.
gym. Come
Put a
back
hat.
from the sport. Should I put a hat on my dick, bitch?
Put a hat on.
Okay, oh, let me play the music though. It's the best song that Sweet likes.
So I can't see us on Twitch right now.
It's getting there, no? This is the real life. So there we go. Now I just received Trampolines Ukraine. Shit, that's not what I wanted to do, but anyway.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
we're
The
live.
title?
No, we're live, man.
Why I can't see it?
Reload it.
All right. So YouTube, I can see it. That's cool. And Twitch. Yes.
Yes?
No. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. We're unstable.
Solo leveling, One Piece, Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan.
Attack on titles or the titles?
Um, yeah. You're. I think I always wanted you to watch more anime, so you're getting there for sure.
Absolutely not. Like this one just made me realize why I hate anime. To be honest.
Don't say that.
No, that's true, dude. That's
But
true. Like
it's like
I was like,
saying, "Oh, this movie made me realize how much I hate Hollywood movies."
exactly. Yeah.
There's so many movies
Exactly.
though.
No, no, no. I don't agree.
There's some good ones there.
No, but to be honest, like I really like you hyped me up for it. I checked it out, and it was like you sent me a video on TikTok about this guy being like, "Oh, I'm so addicted to this," and blah blah blah, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna fucking check it out. I'm gonna look at it."
Also,
And
it's a
yeah,
style
that's
too. Like it's a style of, like, for example, in classic Hollywood stories, the way that hero works is like they're not always like super powerful or anything like that. Or it's not necessarily a thing in the story like the character getting stronger at or better at something. Sometimes. But
uh,
like there's a thing, there's a type of anime. I think it's kind of new, but or maybe there are some examples. I'm not really familiar. But like they're already like very strong in the story. Like One Punch Man, for example. Like he just does like
punch
one
people.
punch and that's it. That's all he needs.
Yeah, I know.
Which is a satire in some sense, but
It is a satire. I
there is
agree.
a Mob Psycho, same creator, kind of like that. And this one is like that too. Like it's almost after some point, like you start to see the pattern, but you at least a lot of people watch it because I guess they want to know what's gonna happen at the end. But
Yeah,
we'll
I
see.
agree. And I think that's the problem.
There's no problem.
Always a problem.
There's no problem.
Gosh. Okay, good.
Guys, Matt will try to destroy what anime represents, but I know we're strong, and I will do my best to uh, resist his critique, and I will not gonna, you know, uh, take it lightly. Let's say that. I'm gonna,
You
I'm
take
gonna
my critic
destroy him,
lightly.
guys. Don't worry about it.
Are we in a
He's
fight
putting
now?
his hat. God damn it.
I get a notification saying that I'm getting better, dude. That's it.
What do you mean? From who?
One plus skill, one plus, talking skill. Fuck, dude. Are you watching even your fucking bullshit anime that you're sending me? Like, it's
Oh,
fucking solo
funny,
leveling,
funny,
mother.
funny. Very funny.
It is. It is. Oh my god.
All right,
I'm
sorry.
trying. I'm
I'm
trying.
slow.
Yeah, you're slow. What time is it, by the way, there in
2:30.
California? 2:30 a.m. Of course, no.
How about there? 12:30? No way.
11:30.
11:30.
Yeah. Yeah, on the opposite side of the world, guys. Welcome, welcome. Ask us the questions about everything. But yeah, man, I don't know.
What did you do you finished Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
What why did you like that one?
It's the so many fucking ever.
Why?
Dude,
Or did you even like it? I mean, at the end,
I
after
love
the
it.
end, you loved it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I still think it's really good. Now, what I loved is there's multi layers, of stories in Attack on Titans.
Hmm.
Like first, there's the world that they are living in, and we don't know more than they do. Like we're in the same level as those three kids, hanging out together that are afraid of those titans.
Hmm.
So we're discovering the world at the same time they're discovering the world too. So there's
Yeah.
this part, and then there's like this characters development at the same time, which you know, uh, Eren Yaga, uh, he's having those fucking different, you know, steps in his life in order to become who he has to become. So I really think it's really impressive because when you start the TV series, you're like, okay, I'm gonna watch kind of a Game of Thrones type of thing, and then it goes into a little bit more deep, and then something a little bit more interesting, and then you understand that there's something bigger than what people are expecting. I don't know. I really felt like on so many levels it was
Spoiler
really really good.
alert.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything except that it's
Yeah.
destroying the world. But yeah, uh, like this is why like it felt so weak solo leveling, dude. Next to it, it was like,
Yeah, story wise, solo leveling is basically again like a type of story that is not very very different than Attack on Titan.
it's pretty basic too, Like it feels like I'm a fucking nerd in Japan, and I'm like, okay, I need courage, I need to be courageous or some shit. I need to find my inner strength. That's it. That's just what it is.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
that's
it
it. I
plays
think
with this like feeling of at least how when I watch that type of characters, like it kind of has this feeling of improving one sense that like you get better at something and then you get to a point that you're better than everybody else at that.
yeah. I mean, it feels it's a fucking tale for people trying to get their confidence. That's it.
I mean, not even confidence. Like I don't think I feel anything related with confidence. It's
Dude,
like
like every
say
fucking second is like, okay, I don't think I can do it, but maybe I can now do it. I think I can do it. I'm like, what the fuck?
at the
Shut the fuck up,
beginning,
do it then.
but that then there's a point actually where right now you are the episode you're watching. Like I think maybe the last episode of that season, he's gonna do that a little bit, but the second season, he stops doing that. He
Ah,
just
okay.
like recognizes at that point that okay, now I kind of know, you know, uh,
Because that, yeah, I just watched. I just finished the episode where he's fighting the red knight or some shit like that
night, yeah,
in the castle. With the throne.
yeah.
So yeah, it's like that. It's like, oh my god, he's the same. He's as fast as I am. Okay, cool. And then yeah, he's really strong, but I can be stronger. And then I'm gonna fucking die. I can't. It's impossible. Actually, you know what? No, I'm super confident. I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm like, shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up.
It's like that's why maybe you don't like sports. Like it's like sports. It's
But what do you mean? It's like sport.
like
What
if
do you
you're
mean?
playing against a team that you try
Mm,
to counter their strategy. Like there's always this feeling of like, okay, like they're doing something, and they're getting points. Like I need to figure this out to do a counter strategy to now to get points on my side, and then you counter that, and you came out, and then it's their turn to figure out how to counter yours, and then whoever is faster and whoever figures out, like the thing, and then finds a way to switch it. It's kind of sports. That's why I
But
loved playing sports, not watching it, but I always loved
I
playing it. It's like a
and to be honest, playing video games too, is the same
yeah, it's kind of
for
same.
me. But I don't feel that that's what it's represented there. Like that's why I think it's misleading too. Like
That's
for
how I'm
example,
feeling when I watch those things. Like I don't play video games, so I
no,
don't
I know,
really
but
have.
do you see the strategy there? Doesn't feel like they just changed the strategy. Like one of the thing when I'm fighting the main
There's
boss, for
100% strategy.
no,
Like they're
listen to me, listen to
saying
me,
it.
listen to me. Come on.
They're saying it's on
No,
the
they're
it's
like
on the
turn left, and the other
script.
one is go like, okay, go right, motherfucker. No, it feels like,
No, that doesn't work like that. What are
of
you
course,
talking?
it does work like that.
Go. Let's see. Go
But
left. Now I'm gonna go right.
yeah, but that's the thing. It's that actually when you're playing a game,
Uh
and
huh.
you're fighting a boss, that type
Hmm.
of game that they're representing here, um, it's exactly like that. Like you are the boss is definitely stronger than you are,
Yeah.
definitely. And if you put your setup in hardcore, good luck with that. So what you need to understand is how the main boss is acting. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this is his attack, this type of attacks. He has like this type of when he's going back, and maybe he's getting health back or some shit like that. And then this is what he's doing to oppose my attack. So it's kind of a repetition always, all the time. And the strategy for you is like you need time in that boss arena to get what are the the action that the boss is doing for you to adapt your strategy. And what I felt during those fights in the series, that's not any of that. It's like there's nothing about that. It's like, oh, he's so strong. No, I can be stronger. Oh, this doesn't work. Oh, I can be stronger. No, it feels like I'm gonna die. Actually, you know what? I'm so good too. Yeah, I can fucking do it. That's it. Like it doesn't feel like there's a repetition where you have the boss that is always doing kind of the same action, and then he's like, okay, he's gonna turn right here because he did that type of action, so I need to counter that action or something like that. You know
So
what I'm
it
saying?
has actually at the last, like the fight you are watching right now with the
Yeah,
knights. It's
yeah,
a
it
little
didn't
bit
do
like
it.
you're gonna see that. Like I don't want to spoil what's gonna happen, but like
With the
you're
Red
gonna
Knight,
see.
I watched it. I saw it like finishing.
Yeah, but then there's more to it. It's not. It
Yeah,
doesn't end there.
there's like those guys attacking him after that.
Yeah, so now he needs to pass that, but he's not gonna go simply like, "Oh, I'm stronger, and I'm just gonna kill the knights." So there's
Yeah,
like more to it.
yeah, he needs to
But
die.
like the ones that you watched, like for example, like he
But
previously fight with like
every other bosses, that's basically what it was.
yeah, but he needs to find a weak spot. Like even in the
Yes,
chamber when
I
they're
agree.
like
I agree with that. It needs to find the weak spot, which is something recurrent in video games. Most of the time, you're like, okay, this is the eyes or the armpit. You need to
yeah,
attack or some shit.
somewhere. Yeah.
I agree. I agree with that. But there is also this repetition most of the time of their actions, and how can you counter their attacks, and how can you react back or strike back to those attacks?
Yeah.
And like from every scenes, every fight there was until that point I'm watching, doesn't feel like there was any of that. You know?
Yeah. I mean, there are some fights even in the second season that, again, I think it is not going into that too much. Maybe in the comic books, because I know that
Uh-huh.
this is more compact, but it just goes maybe like slightly to it. But aside of that, I think there is like that feeling for me to like, okay, this is a match that he is in. Now he needs to figure out how to win this. Sometimes it's just like he is really just strong and then he wins it, right? And sometimes he just like tries to figure out something and then he wins it. But I also feel like in this series there is this savior complex. So you kind of see these characters and then they are in trouble. Like they're like in a situation that but you know that he's there too. So like they're going to die or something's going to happen and then he's gonna save them, or is he gonna be able to save them? Like that's kind of also
But that's the
gives it.
thing. I agree with that. And then you saw that like through so many episodes. but it feels that motherfucker is a sociopath at the same time.
I know. Like a little
Like
bit.
it
I
doesn't
think the
give a
more
shit
power
about.
he gets, he's like,
And
yeah,
yeah, it feels like that way for sure.
he's changing a little bit. Yeah.
But it feels it doesn't give a shit about anyone. Like you get these poor, red haired girls that it was at the fight with him, at the beginning when they're doing this
Yeah.
first dungeon, and she's traumatized and shit. Like obviously she's in love with him, and he's like, I don't give a shit about her. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Well, I mean,
Like
he
she's so cute.
sacrifices
She was so nice.
himself for them
The fuck? I don't know.
at the
Like it feels
end.
there's no compassion there, dude. This guy's autistic as
Oh, come
fuck.
on. Like he just lets them to leave and then he sacrifices himself. And also the fight with the spider bus. Like, well, I mean, he doesn't necessarily do it just to save the other guy, but
Yeah.
you look like
Yeah, yeah,
Godfather,
yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Uh,
um, yeah.
I
Yum,
know.
yum.
But there's a complex with the mother, and he wants to fucking save the mother too. Blah blah blah. But this part is fine.
Also,
But what also? I was just finished this last one. I'm also like the video that you sent me on TikTok with the guy that we kind of like, that's doing like commentaries about like films going out and shit like that, and he was addicted to that.
mhm.
Started to say that there was like this social commentary to it, and
For what? Solo
for
leveling?
solo leveling, and I
Really?
was expecting more to it. Like, sure, they're trying, like, you get those guild and they're socialized by the government, but then they're acting like oligarchs that
Yeah.
using the fact that they can get money out of those
Like they
fucking
have so
minerals
much power
inside.
too at the same time because of
Yeah,
it.
okay, sure. Okay. I don't know. For me, social commentary is not like, oh, we're trying to find uh, a new source for energy that's gonna save everybody, and that's it. And then you get like
I mean,
quick eaters, like,
it may go there too, because
yeah,
in the second
it will.
season there are like
Well, even in
something
the first one with the
more.
with the kid, that wants to get into a certain level in order to help his father construction business to blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I was hoping for some other social commentary in terms of, I don't know, feedback about Japan or Korea, whatever, where it's coming from.
I think there is countries are going to be involved.
Or other countries.
Yeah, in the second one, for example, the Japanese
Mhm.
guild, like the S Heroes, comes to Korea to help the Korean hunters. So there are like, I think America is mentioned in that second season. So the countries are, maybe the third season might be a little bit more about the countries and
But
guilds.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of like those. So there was one thing or two that I enjoyed was during those fights, especially the last fight scenes. There's like drawings, like the
Hmm.
characters is like disappearing and it's just becomes some fucking shitty drawing. So
Yeah,
this aspect I like. I like also the aspect of those gods, hidden knights or some
chamber.
shit like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like that too. Kind of remind me of Neon Genesis,
Hmm.
this aspect of gods or some shit like that. I kind of like that too.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know, but it's not like, wow. Like Attack on Titans, I watched the first episode. I was like, wow, this is so fucking
Yeah.
cool.
I don't
I
like
watched the first season. I'm like,
Attack on
holy shit.
Titan.
What?
I don't like that show as much as people like it. Like it doesn't
Why?
impacted me as much as it impacted other people. I didn't like the ending.
We talked about it. We said you say it was
I
good.
know, I still don't like it. Yeah, it was it didn't really deliver what I expected from the character.
What did you expect?
Well, me at the end that felt like he initiated. I mean, there's no one right now, but there's spoilers if anybody's watching this right now, and if you're watching Attack on Titan, maybe skip this part. But uh, that he switched, like he basically justified or like get to the conclusion, our main hero, to annihilate the whole world and destroy almost every living thing on it.
Okay.
Like that I didn't have like why. Like he kind of justifies it, but like it's not like why are you turned to that dude as a solution.
But this is
It
not
was
the end of the fucking of the
and then his
series.
friends fight against him and stop him. And then we kind of know that there's this thing attached himself to him, I guess, but it was never clear that if it was that thing, that kind of like centipede kind of the thing, or Aaron, he also like justified it, and then he was like, I felt like he also justified it too. It wasn't like a zombie.
No, I agree.
Yeah, so that really didn't sit well with me as the ending. Like I didn't really um, believe that he can turn like that. The character that I followed the
I mean,
whole
this is
season.
like a mid seasons in general, dude. When it's turning like that, it's when they're discovering this
Yeah,
new world, and then
yeah.
he's bothered, and then he's been treated so badly. He's been like, I don't know.
Like it
It's kind
worked
of
in
like
like
he cannot see any fucking like he's seen so much shit that he's like, okay, the only solution is to fucking kill
yeah,
everybody.
that to me, like how he was introduced, his compassion, his love for his friends, and like he just like turned 180.
Yeah,
And it was like we didn't even see that process of turning 180. It was just like
of
the
course.
season
No,
starts
no,
and then he's like that.
no, no.
Or I mean, if there is anything, it's like very short, I guess, because he just talks about it a little bit. But
Mm, I think it starts with when he's discovering the fact that his father was coming from another place, and he's the one who turned his mother, and him to become a fucking titan and all that. So at that point, it was like, okay, at the beginning of the series, he just wanted to fucking save his mother. That's it. Just get
yeah,
revenge on his mother. That was it. But then he's getting back like, okay, fuck, I'm in the middle of something that I never wanted to be part of, and my father was a cunt, and my mom was playing that too. But at the same time, I have mixed feeling about it. I don't know. There was, I think it was really clear. It was pretty fucking neat. And then yeah, at one point, and he's like fucking 5 years later, and then you see him like this fake, disabled guy in the middle of fucking city and shit like that, planning to kill everybody. Okay,
yeah.
sure. But it, like, for me, never felt like a 180 completely. Like, it felt like actually it's the right way, the character moved in itself. And I really like the fact that some of the people in the fucking island, they started to be like following him, which definitely was not the way he was pursuing anything. I don't know. I kind of liked it. I don't know.
Like
I think
for
it was
example,
interesting.
That Note, it starts with this character. I know you didn't watch it, which is like 2 seasons, but like in the first season, you kind of start with this character. He finds this that like a notebook, and then when he writes someone's name, that person dies. So his
Yeah,
first
no.
moral thing that he does, like I want to use this to do some good, and starts to write criminal names, and then criminals are dying left and right, and then the government and police force, they're trying to figure out how this is happening, like who is doing this. And there is this other character gets in, it's kind he's a detective to solve the issue, but you don't know, like nobody knows who the detective is. I don't remember the letter, but he used a letter like A, right? And then he only communicates with people like through a phone or something. Now, since he is a total mystery, our character also can't write his name if anything happens that he needs to eliminate this character. So that kind of creates a dynamic of like, okay, who is gonna find who first, kind of a thing. But even in like the first few episodes, after some point, you start to see how corrupt he gets. Like our main character. Like
Okay.
he's starting to turn. And then even though he starts with a good moral, I mean, it's even like arguable if it's a good moral to kill all the criminals. But like you kind of don't really, it doesn't feel weird because it just shows you that transitioning, like how he's like, okay, now I'm too deep in this shit, and he loses his compassion, and then you kind of realize there was maybe no compassion from the beginning, like even killing criminals with cold blood. um
I don't know, but it
so
felt
I
like for
feel that transfer with Aaron.
okay,
Was it Aaron?
Aaron, Aaron Yaga.
Eren, I didn't. That was the biggest problem for me. Like I was like, okay, I thought he was like a good guy. Now he's like
No,
destroying the
he was never a good guy.
annihilating,
He
huh?
was never a good guy. He was a good kid, and that's the big difference. And I think this is why
Yeah,
I
that
like it
transition, how it
because
happened, I don't really feel
there's
that
two different
transition.
things. Good guy, good kid, different things. Because I always thought he was not a good guy. Like his moral was actually pretty bad, even when he was young. His goal was to fucking kill, kill, kill. Sure, he wanted to protect his
The
friends. That was
Titans,
it.
though,
He wants to kill the Titans. He wants to
not
kill an
not
enemy.
the
He
people,
wanted
though.
to have an enemy, for him. And
Yeah,
what he understood is like the Titans were for him the enemy when he was young, and then
yeah.
he understood it was the others that were, the enemy. People inside the fucking castle that put the Titans inside the fucking walls, and then he understood that there was like this other fucking country and they're on an island, and those are the fucking bad people. So at the end of the day, everybody's fucking bad, and this is where you can see the transition there. So he always wanted to fight
I
an
never
enemy,
feel that way with that
and I
character.
always felt like it was like the max was humanity. Like he wanted to fight humanity at that point. Like you can
I never
definitely.
really felt that way. Like I
I
always
always
thought
felt
he
like
is
that.
like, he has friends, he cares about his friends, he, yes, wants to destroy these creatures, but they're like, he didn't see them as conscious. Like they were like almost like
Until
zombies, like killing
I
zombies.
agree, and
And then
until
there's
it
a
turns.
point like you realize, well, some of them has people in. Like they're like
Dude, it turns like in the first or second season
two.
to fucking like Titan himself. Remember?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He turns into becoming a Titan, but the I'm not talking about the. There are like few Titans like him who is like turned into Titans, and
Hmm.
then there are like these other Titans who are like just like running and eating, and so at the
Yeah,
beginning you don't really know that those are also people, you
I
know.
know that, but that's exactly. I agree.
And then they kind of kill it, like it's fine, those are like these zombie creatures, like even
Yeah,
zombies are people, but you know that you can't turn them back to who they were. They're gone now, they're almost dead. But now he's kind of fighting against that to fix it, to solve it, to what's going on, like why are they doing this. And then once he discover that there's more behind it, there are different powers in play, and his father is also involved, and then he grows up in like one season to another season, and then he's like, okay, I have a plan, I'm gonna
what do you mean?
destroy the whole world.
No, he's not like that, dude. Did you fucking miss one entire season? I
That's how
told
I
you he's
watched the
lying.
whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, you watch it in your fucking phone while driving.
No,
So
I
of
watched it.
course, that's
No,
how it fucking works.
you're
Please watch it
gaslighting right
again.
now.
Yeah, of course I'm gaslighting. I don't think you appreciated the trauma that the kid is fucking going through. That's what it is. Like for
Well, a
me, I
lot of
really, I
characters go through trauma. The
I
hero
don't
is
know.
like, what you do with the trauma.
Dude,
He
it's
wasn't
an
the hero.
anarchist.
I thought he's the hero.
It's a fucking anarchist. That's it.
Yeah,
And
didn't
what
like that.
was
I don't
what's
know
what's
why I
save,
followed that anarchist.
what's saving him? What's saving him?
What's saving him?
Yeah, and
Like,
killing him at the same time.
which part?
The end.
From at the end, something saves him? His friends.
Yeah. No.
What?
Who kills him?
Um, I don't remember.
You fucking kidding me? And you're like, you didn't like the ending, but you don't even remember the ending.
I
Come
don't remember,
on.
but tell me. I'm pretty sure it's bullshit.
Who
Himself? I don't
who
know who
kills
killed him.
him? Who kills him? Exactly. You
The
remember?
the girl.
Yeah.
Okay, I say his friend.
But it's not his friend. That's the thing.
What?
She's not his friend. Did you get it?
What is she?
She's her lover. She is the one.
They
Actually, she
never. They kind of had like this platonic shit, but they never really established that ground as the
they
lovers. They loved
established
each
it.
other, but
They established like several times she wanted to say something. So it's not just
yeah,
platonic because she
yeah.
kind of at one point realized it. But that's literally the end. The end is she's getting into his fucking mouth,
Hmm.
and then she's connecting with him, and then they live this happy life together,
Uh-huh.
being married and shit like that, and having a kid.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay, and they're happy, and this is the moment where you can find he finds back the humanity that he has in himself, and this is where she's fucking cutting his fucking head off, and this is how he dies. But she's expressing
Yeah.
her love toward him. That's the whole point, and that's the reason why the fucking things that get out
Do
of him,
you
like
think what she
the
saw, like
centipede, dude,
what they?
the centipede, kind of shit.
Uh-huh.
It's actually why this shit comes out of him. It's because it's the fucking spirit of the princess that never felt love because she was hoping for the love of the king that rejecting her after raping her and shit like that. I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly what the fuck was it, but that's the whole point. So that's the love that gives back humanity, and this is why he stopped killing the world.
But
And
you think like what she saw was just um like her imagination, what she
no,
lived in time,
no,
or
no,
was it
no.
like what they lived it like in real life?
Yeah, in some way, yeah.
I'm not sure. I didn't at least get that. I thought like she's just like projecting that as like in her mind, that
In
that's
his
like what
mind or in
her
her mind?
fantasy. Maybe her. I mean, there's like this plane and stuff too. Like maybe she was fantasizing, but I don't feel that was clear that they lived that life. You know, like in some movies, they're like this alternative reality
Yeah,
happens, and
yeah.
then they live it. Like they really live it, and then they come back, which is like I don't know.
I think that's
I
was
don't know if it's
exactly what it
clear.
was. For me, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like it, and then they fucking burying, and then they're going to see where it dies, and then you see the evolution of the rest of the world. Like it's the fucking credits,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
see there's like wars again and again and again and again. So
Yeah.
it's all about the fucking humanity. The whole fucking thing is not about humanity. Whatever you take it as, okay, those are the bad people. Whatever it is, a monster,
Like
okay,
even back
another
then, when it was
country,
going to
another
that
religion.
direction, I didn't like that idea. Like how I didn't it's just like there's like the sub text or like the message or like something that they want to say is that we destroy ourselves and then we born again, we destroy everything and then we born again, kind of this, or it's at least what's gonna happen,
But that's the
you know.
moral, I think, about the experience of being human, and that's the whole point of the fucking series in itself. Which I think this is why it's interesting, because it's tackling that. Sure, there's like this aspect of war, regarding, of course, World War II and all that, but which is recurring in those anime. But I think this one was clearly about what is it to be human and how do we accept being human or not, and what makes us human. I think it was
I
kind
think
of
it's a
deep.
part of humanity that I really find depressive, and I don't like that part of humanity. Even though there's a potential of humanity might go there, which I
Mhm.
hope we don't, but I don't know, it depresses me that type of message.
Wait,
Which is
that's not the
interesting
end.
because
I
there
think
isn't
it's the
much of
whole.
example of it, but
Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know, but this is why I thought it was interesting. The whole series was about that.
yeah.
How you take out the humanity of whatever it is. First the Titans, then the other people, then the
Yeah, it was almost
government, then the
tragic in
other
some sense.
countries. It is a fucking tragedy, dude. The whole
Yeah.
fucking thing is a tragedy.
Yeah.
And I really like that style of, you're there and then you find out there's this and then you find out there's that and then you're like, okay, this is a fucking whole world that I didn't know about. like
Yeah.
the character. So I don't know. I really loved it. It's not like I'm watching all the fucking anime ever. Obviously, you do, but
No, I think
but even like for example, One Piece, because you like One Piece, right? Let's
yeah, I
talk
mean,
about it.
it has more positive notes. Hopefully, the character won't change at the end and destroy the world or anything like that. But I
I
would
know, but
like to think that he's gonna liberate the world. It's a happy ending. It's not a tragedy. It's just like yay situation. And this is like dark. Like this gets dark, which is again like just because it gets dark and there's tragedy, it's not entirely why I don't like it. I just don't like, I guess, the I don't know the word, but like what it says at the end, like how it ends, like this is how it is sometimes, like this is a part of humanity. And I don't know, it's really depressive. The only thing again, like I felt was like, and we differ, I guess, in that, like I'm going with the character. I kind of start to like the character. I started expecting that, oh, he's maybe gonna do good things about this whole situation, and then he actually turns into the
the bad guy.
fucking
But I think, and this is why, like
Hitler.
and I think
Just kidding.
this is why, like I think I don't like anime for that reason. It's
Yeah,
because I
that's
think people like anime and manga for those reasons, which are you attach yourself to a character and you hope for that character to grow, like you're growing with him in some way, and
hmm.
that's it. Like he's gonna save. It's the ultimate hero at the end of the day. That's what you're looking for.
But even like stories, I like that kind of stories,
I agree. I agree. That's what I'm saying.
like
But I think most of
films,
the
movies,
animes
and
are
series.
always like that. They're like
Yeah.
putting the main character that is like shit, and then he's thriving, to become this
Yeah,
huge
and then
hero
they could
saving the world.
sacrifice themselves at the end for a
Yeah,
better
yeah,
good, higher
yeah,
good, or
exactly.
something.
Yeah, I agree. And I think this is why like I'm bored of those shit. And
Yeah, I'm not.
this is
I
why I'm
like it.
like not really into those.
I don't think you're bored of that shit. I don't know if you even like that shit. To be honest, I
It's
don't know. Have
not
you ever liked
2024.
that? Huh?
No, no, of course, dude. I do. Of course I do, dude. Of course I do, dude. What the
Dude,
fuck,
dude,
dude?
dude.
Dude. I've been raised in this fucking era of action movies, all right, which literally is the same fucking thing,
Yeah, like
all
Nicolas
right,
Cage.
dude. I
We
just watched
follow
Face
him.
Off.
We want
I,
to win him to win.
dude, I watched Face Off again with my friends, like last Sunday, like after the night of hanging out for the birthday. Like we we stayed home, we ordered pizza, and we watched Face Off. That was a beautiful night. But yeah, no, like if you take like True Lies, for example, was Schwarzenegger back in the days. That's the ultimate hero, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, and he's saving the world. Great. Um, so I'm fine with that, but it feels like, I don't know, anime doesn't like it could it's another form of art that could be so much interesting that in one
Yeah.
hour and a half
I mean, there are
packed
so many
fiction.
examples that is not like this in anime too. I don't think like.
Okay, give me
I mean,
the biggest one.
series or movies.
Series, movies. There's no fucking movies.
I mean,
Like
what
it's
type of
so
example do you
niche.
want?
I
Like
don't know,
that is not
something
like that. Like
complex.
the character grows and blah blah blah
Yeah, and
kind
he
of a thing.
saved the world. Or
Yeah, I mean,
he's
Death
standing
Note is
to
one of
fucking
them.
save the world. What?
Death Note as a series is one of them. Like it doesn't end like this. Like he has this power of a the notebook that he can kill everybody. It's not even like he's getting stronger or anything. Like there is not. It's not even there. Um, but it doesn't end up him using that power as something maybe useful. I don't even know how it would be useful, but it kind of corrupts him in some sense. So it's somewhat tragic too, but that's why a lot of people like that one. There are some movies, but series wise, I think the ones that I'm watching are generally not like that.
That's what
Uh,
I'm saying, and it feels like either it's so niche because he's tackling something
like Ergo
so deep for
Proxy
no
was
fucking
like
reason.
that.
Proxy?
Ergo Proxy, yeah.
The fuck is that?
Mm,
Ergo proxy? Let me check. I don't know.
yeah,
Ergo proxy?
yeah.
Ergo proxy. I don't know, man. That's so weird. Ergo proxy anime. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
In the
I was familiar.
post-apocalyptic cyberpunk anime,
Punk. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Inspector uh, Remayer investigates a series of murders in a doomed city,
Yeah.
like a dome, actually domed city, where humans and androids coexist, uncovering a conspiracy involving a secret government experiment with a humanoid species known as Proxy. So, I mean, here I don't know. Like there is not like our character gets stronger and stronger, and then it's not necessarily like that at all. It's just like she kind of, I guess, there's a mystery and there's like things behind the curtain, and then she's just like
No, I know. Don't get me
discovering
wrong.
those.
I'm not
There are
saying
some
there's,
good stuff, but I also
of
don't
course. But
watch
what I'm
that
saying is like,
much of those things. To be honest.
I know, but that's what I was going to say. Like those are niche, and even like some of the big ones,
Yeah,
Akira, for example, and all that. Like
yeah,
those
those are yeah,
are still niche. Like it's not
yeah,
like you got every kids that on the block that are watching animes that are this type. Like most people are gonna
yeah,
watch
yeah.
fucking Berserker or some shit like that,
I didn't
and
watch
watch
that one,
uh like it's
Berserker.
pretty. I don't know, a lot of people watching it.
And then you also said that evangelicals. What was it? Evangelion,
Evangelion, yeah, Neon Genesis,
Neon Genesis,
yeah, Evangelion, even no Neon Genesis, yeah,
huh?
Evangelion in English,
Evangeli,
Evangelion, Evangelion, Neon Genesis,
Evangelion peanut butter.
Evangelion, Evangelion. Yeah, yeah. But those are that's what I'm saying. Those are really. It's not like they're niche, but like while I'm chilling at the beach, people reading manga and they're not reading those,
Yeah,
right? And it feels like the mainstream ones, even though
and dude,
those are well known, it feels like it's still like those fucking bullshit where the hero is just on his journey to become better. That's it,
yeah,
and saving
and
some.
also like, um, I sometimes watch these, like people more into anime and they consume so much anime, like, and then they kind of talk about like, oh, my favorite 10 anime. I'm like, I don't know any of this shit. Like, like I probably know like 1% of the animes out there, and I'm not even like
Oh
watching
yeah, I
that
agree.
much. Um, and then
If
there
I
are
tap
really dark ones
top 10
too.
anime 2024. So we got Delicious in Dungeon.
What?
Delicious in Dungeon.
Top 10 anime. You just Googled it?
Shows in 2024. Yeah. That done. What the
What?
fuck is this?
But this is like 2024, not like all time.
No, yeah, yeah. One Piece.
And what's the link? Best anime of 2024
I don't know. I
ranked
just
game
typed
runs?
on whatever. I don't know.
What's the website?
Slash films or it's a mix of Flash film and
Hmm.
IMDb, I
Okay,
guess.
Delicious Dungeon. Yes.
Dan. Da da dan. One Piece. That's fucking crazy.
I mean, that's like not 2024 though.
It's still going on. That's what it was, dude.
Yeah, it's still going.
Those are not new ones. Those are like the most popular ones, I guess.
Oh, I see.
Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, The Apothecary Diaries, Dragon Ball Daima, Brave Bang Bravern. What the?
Bleach.
Yeah, Bleach. Of course, there was Bleach, but Bleach is like
I didn't
so
watch it. I
well known.
started watching it, but
A Sign of Affection, number 8, number 9. Solo Leveling.
Really?
Number 10, Kaiju number 8. Brave Dan Bravern? What the fuck is this, dude? What the fuck? And when I was in Japan last year,
Uh-huh.
it was like, oh, okay. Like it was like the biggest one was Detective something, was for a kid, but it was like all over everywhere in
Hmm.
Japan. I never heard about it. And it was like this fourth season or something. And then it was like they're doing McDonald's and shit like that. I was like, what the fuck are those things? Uh, yeah. No, when you type anime for sure, it's bringing. Ooh, da da dun. Like it feels like those are made for
So I'm checking like the dark anime series of all time. Okay.
okay.
So the first one is Devilman Crybaby. This is kind of new.
Oh,
No, the first one is sorry, Neon Genesis
yeah.
Evangelion. So
Yeah.
that's the first one.
Okay.
And then there is Devilman Crybaby
Yeah.
2008.
This is really well known too.
There's Berserker 1997. There is Tex Nullize 2003. And
Ghost in the
then
Shell.
Monster 2004. I didn't watch that one, but I want to watch that. Paranoid Agent 2004. Maiden Abyss 2017. Now and Then, Here and There 1999. Psychopaths. I heard Psychopaths, but I didn't finish it. I think I watched some episodes. Alphen Lied. I don't know what that is. Terror in Resonance. I don't know what that is. Oh, Chainsaw Man. I watched it, but I didn't finish it. Um,
Do you know Detective Conan?
Detective Conan? No.
Yeah. That's the biggest fucking anime in Japan.
Detective. Is it like new?
No, it started in 1994.
Oh, I see. Oh,
And
I
it's
see.
still
Like a
fucking
kid show?
yeah. It's still going on like fucking crazy, dude.
Really?
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Huh.
Like I never heard of it. When I
Yeah,
was
me
in
neither.
Japan, it was everywhere. Like every fucking where. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? You see, like these things has like 11 years.
Yeah.
They have like 106 books, manga. I don't know how many fucking movies, I guess. That's fucking crazy. Kaito Kid. Ranmu 3. Shinichikuro.
How
But
many
yeah, yeah.
episodes does it have? Doesn't say.
Uh,
Film.
119.
No way. What?
Yeah. Like 50 seasons.
Where is
50 seasons, dude.
episodes? 1,183.
What the fuck? No. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, 50 seasons, 53 seasons.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. Yeah, 1,000.
Yeah, it passes One Piece right now. So
Yeah, and I think it's like it's also older, dude. It's
yeah, it's
but I
older.
don't know.
Like 1999
94,
is One Piece. 1996 this one.
96 for yeah the anime, right?
But there are like 40 episodes. So the thing with One Piece is like it's like I think I don't remember, like it just keeps going. They just keep drawing it. Because they have manga also. Like it's almost like they have the script, you know. Not almost, like, it's like that. Probably this one might be like that too. I mean,
Dude, it's like that. That's what I'm telling you. Like
yeah,
1157
yeah.
episodes. Like what the fuck
Like
is that?
that's also so different than how it works in US or any other place, that you don't start with the cartoon or the comic book for a cartoon always, like then in Japan it's almost like always you have
Yeah.
a comic book. Like it's almost like a must. I mean, I bet there are some series that maybe doesn't have a book, but
Yeah, of course.
um
But also, yeah, those books are like it's like Friends, you know. Like sure, it's anime, but in terms of the anime, like for them, book and manga is the same as Friends. It's like you know episodes and season that is still going every single fucking year, multiple times a year. So you're going to the fucking store and then you're buying your manga and then you're like, okay, this is one episode, this is another episode, this is another episode. But yeah, I don't know. It's such a interesting culture, you know. And I think France was like the second biggest consumer of anime.
Friends.
Yeah, until recently, I would say, which I guess the US, surpassed that at one point. But like in the 80s and 90s, I think we were one of the biggest distributors in France of anime in the world, and also co-producers.
What is friends like? What do you mean by friends?
French,
Oh,
French, like French,
France. Oh, sorry. I thought.
France, not
Friends.
friends. Yeah,
Really? Huh.
yeah.
And then you guys stopped at some point. It's like this is not working for us.
No, no, we're still, I guess, yes, yeah, 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 yeah. No, I think it's more like they became independent.
Like
Uh,
Asterix and Obelix was one of them.
oh yeah, no, this still exists, dude.
I
Those
love
are
it.
not manga, all right.
I mean, I loved it, but I guess I still kind of like.
You do? Oh my god, dude, I hate it. I hate it so bad. You know why?
What,
Because this
Asterix and
is,
Obelix?
yeah, I love them. Don't get
Because
me
it
wrong.
represents the history wrong.
Yeah,
I think you
and
mentioned
it's
it before.
it's such an important,
It's
like
a
culturally, it's
cartoon.
such an important fucking cartoon for friends. It's insane. Like it represents who we are as a nation, and that's fucked up. You
I
know.
have never think about it that way, but look.
I know, but for us, that's literally what it is. It's like pure propaganda for what is friends. So
Yeah. Like you guys were coming from a certain region,
yeah, that type of region.
which you guys
The
don't like
goals.
that idea.
No, they all like that idea. That's what I'm saying. Like it's
Oh,
it's
I
a
see.
fake nationalistic bullshit. Like we're
Oh,
all
I
coming
see. I
from
see.
that bullshit Asterix and Obelix, those motherfuckers. Complaining a
Those are your
lot.
ancestors, bro. You need to.
That's exactly what they're trying to say.
And a lot of people like, yeah, that's it. Like they are like kind of,
In
yeah,
some
that's
way,
true.
I bet, dude. Like if you ask people, they would say yeah.
Hmm.
Like there's so much propaganda to try to create this fake history where everybody was still the same. And this is like before the kings, before the fucking castles, before every fucking medieval shit. So
Hmm.
that's not even close to the reality. Obviously, the region that I am in, absolutely, they didn't fucking
What was the village that they were from? Asterix and Obelix.
mm,
I want to say
um,
Gala.
goal.
Was
But the goal is the name of the fucking country that is France
okay.
from back then. So if you type goal, it was like this guy. Vercingetorix, who actually like took most of the fucking part in France in terms of the if you draw a map, it looks like a French map basically. But the
Uh-huh.
reality is like one guy and there was like 100,000 people living in France back then. I'm kidding, but you know what I'm saying. So it's not like there was a French culture at the end because one guy decided to be
Also, I
popular
always
and get all those
thought that they
places.
kind of low key Vikings because they had these like
Yeah,
hats.
yeah, yeah. So the thing is, those motherfuckers' goals are from Normandy, all right?
Uh-huh.
And those Normandy comes from North Europe, if you want, like the
Yeah.
Britain and shit like that, or whatever.
Sure.
Um. So yeah, no, yeah. It kind of makes sense, but it's
And then like
shit. I hate it.
there's this historian talking about Vikings and some tribes in those areas also coming from Persian area,
Really.
like Mesopotamian area or something like that.
Also, they were not wearing, helmet with horns. That's
Yeah,
an
I don't
invention
know who
for
came up with
fucking
that.
Hollywood, dude. Hollywood.
There was also a cartoon, I think it was French, called
Hollywood.
Vicky the Viking or something like that.
Vicky the
That's nice.
Viking.
Yeah. So they are like Vikings, and then they go like pillaging, or like I guess something like that, or like explorers, adventurers. And Vicky is a girl, and his father is the head of that Viking ship where they're going.
Vicky the Viking. Yeah, it
Yeah, and
still
then they have
still
like
exists, dude.
and they kind of like find themselves into these situations, and then Vicky always comes up with this idea, and then they kind of like get out of it, and then she always does like this,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
she's like,
yeah. I
oh,
see
I
that.
have an idea.
Oh my god. But that's actually something that is interesting too because there was like Viking women leaders back then.
Yeah, I think
And
Viking culture allowed a lot of women to be in the part of whatever they're doing. It wasn't like, oh, you need to be at home or some shit like that.
yeah. But it's so interesting that this is um, a piece of history that been, attached by some neo-fascistic, bullshit because it feels like they were powerful, and then conquerors. So I don't know. I don't like that aspect of Vikings related to far right type of
Huh.
culture.
Yeah. I never think about that way. I always thought that Western culture showed Vikings as barbarians, as they do in many other cultures. But maybe
Yeah,
it's changing right now. I don't
but it's so cool, at the same times because those were real men.
know. Is the new thing, or was it always like that?
It's been like 15 years or 10 years of fucking talk about that.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, at least.
Because
It
like
was
when
the
you watch,
same.
for example, Gladiator,
Yeah.
Roman Empire, it starts like that. They kind of fight with these people, I guess, north, and they're like barbarians. They're like,
Were they in,
yeah,
in goal actually? Were they in like in
something
France
like
something?
that. Yeah,
But I
yeah,
think no, they were in Germany, but whatever.
maybe. Yeah, yeah.
But
They
I don't
do
know.
that. They do that. Like, how
It's
can they build pyramids? Like that's crazy.
but it's like 300 too, the movie like 300
Yeah,
Sparta.
yeah. Against
That type of
Persia.
what?
Against Persia, because Persians are like evil and like these
Yeah.
demonic, corrupt, like
Arabic people.
and then they are like more maybe uh like gender and how they are like wearing things like that looks more modern actually, and sexually how maybe they're free and everything, they're more accepting and everything. But then like the way that they portrayed it, it's almost like it's like demonic, fucked up.
Yeah, and then same thing, Sparta was like then represented a lot of cops and
Also, Spartans
far
were
right
like
bullshit.
throwing their babies from the cliff. if they're not perfect
Yeah, and
enough.
also they were fucking each other, dude. I think they were gay, so
But they were not giving that in the movies. They were more like we're men, and
yeah,
then we kind of
exactly.
like we fight together.
This is Sparta. It's so weird because it took me like fucking years to watch that movie.
Huh?
And I thought he was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But when he
No.
came out, like it's the same vibe as American Story X and shit like that. People have this point of view of, oh, this is so cool for this reason, and then I'm like, I don't want to watch it because of this reason, literally. And
Yeah.
then you watch it and you're like, oh, okay, it's interesting, like you can get something else out of it. I don't know. I need to watch it again, I guess. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Watch it.
But yeah, anime, dude. What do you think about the how anime represents women?
Oh yeah, you told me about that. Like,
Like
why
there's
did you
this
say
thing
that? Why did you say that? I didn't get why it just came out to you and you're like, holy shit, they're just representing women with big boobs and some shit. No?
because there is for example, in Hollywood movies, you watch them and then someone point out like, guys, actually a lot of Hollywood movies there isn't two women talking with each other. And then you go
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Holy shit, yeah,
"What?"
that's true.
And then they're like, "No, like seriously, like if you watch Lord of the Rings, there is no woman talking." And then like it's just so like I haven't seen that like how it's a thing, And then with anime, that thing is like, hey guys, did you recognize the women's voice are like like women?
Oh, that's the child voice, yeah.
That it's a bit, like you make it better, but like almost like a kid, but it's a adult woman. Yeah, some shit like that. I'm like, and then you also see that in like, for example, evangelical or maybe even Mormons too. Like,
Yeah,
there's a
Mormon
voice
voice.
that women needs
Yeah.
to kind of
It's also
adopt.
Christian. And what is funny though, it's everywhere. Like even for in France, when you check, people that are really religious Christian, they
Yeah,
also adapt their voice and they also have this type of tone, specific to them.
yeah,
So yeah, I saw that, regarding like the Mormon voice, they call it or something.
yeah,
I think it goes to every fucking culture where the women were actually given less voices and, you know, power than the men in terms
yeah,
of the religion. So I think it's definitely something, related to that. So you need to
yeah.
be shy and cute and nice,
Yeah,
and
especially in
cerebral,
anime,
motherfucker.
like you can see that in many like some animes are a little bit more versatile in that sense. You can see that, but you can see like not like that. But it's kind of there. Like most of them has that type of a character available in some part of the story.
I think it goes to how the society is also in Japan,
Yeah.
like the work and also the hierarchy between people and also the misogynistic idea of relationships and also at work the places of women and the patriarchal society that Japan is. But I
Yeah.
think it's kind of the representation like that, like you're a woman, so shut up, be good, do your thing, okay, thank you. And then it goes from there and then you adapt your voice to it. But I think there's also, as you're saying, maybe something weirdly pedophile behind it, like these, oh my god, please don't do this,
That's
Oni-chan.
such a good impression. Huh?
Dude, it's so funny though because like on the soul leveling, his sister, right?
Yeah.
um she's always saying to him in the translation, with the subtitles,
Oh,
she's
you're really
always,
good looking,
no,
or
no,
some
she's
shit like
always,
that.
yeah, yeah, at one point she says something like that and you're like, what the fuck, like she's peeping on her his fucking t-shirt and you're like,
Yeah,
girl,
yeah, yeah.
that's not
What?
fair, right? But it's interesting because I think it's not her sister directly. because every time that she's referring to him, she's
Uh-huh.
always saying his name in the subtitles. And in English, it says, what his fucking
Winwoo or
ever's
something.
name is,
Jinwoo.
right?
Yeah.
Jinwoo. But if you listen in Japanese when she's talking,
Uh-huh.
she say Oni-chan.
Yeah, brother. No, what's on-chan?
Oni-chan, I think he's step brother.
Is it? Huh.
Yeah.
I kind of thought Oni-chan as like big brother or something like that.
Or big brother. Yeah, maybe. You're right. Oni-chan. I mean, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
she's not referring to him as a friend or something like that. Oni-chan, meaning of Oni-chan, 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 Oni-san. Older brother, older sister, older sister. Okay.
Huh.
So older brother,
Brother. Yeah.
big brother, elder brother.
Yeah, he's so obnoxious, dude. Even with the girls, like there's a lot of girls kind of hitting on him, and he is like,
Yeah,
"Huh, I don't get why she said that." He just doesn't even know that someone is like hitting on him or something like that.
yeah, for sure, 100%. But it's I don't know. It's still interesting, how their I don't know society like evolved into this weird relationship between men and women, and you can still see that in manga and anime today.
I mean, the
I'm not even
past
talking
20
about like the
years was so weird.
sexualizing. I'm
Yeah,
not even talking about the sexualizing aspect to it,
yeah.
which obviously, if she's cute, she got big boobs. Like even if you take that out, like it's still weird. Yeah, you're right. That the way they refer to each other and the way they talk to each other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, the last 100 years of how women and men changed, and I guess the versatility of what happened was like such a like I think there should be a study in college that the women and men sciences maybe there is I don't
Dude,
know.
like 100 years ago, women were not allowed
Sociology.
to even vote in most
Yeah,
of major countries. So
yeah,
major, I'm talking about like Western countries, right?
not in Turkey.
What do you mean?
I think in Turkey
They still cannot vote?
2028 1928 they had the right to vote, but we didn't have the voting before that, so
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
it was still aristocracy.
Yeah,
But then when it become like secular
republic.
democracy, women had the right to vote. But in the
Yeah, no,
religion, for example, women cannot get into the mosque to pray. They pray at home. Still, like that was still very much built into the culture, and that um the what is the word, patriarchy was still there,
yeah,
100%.
yeah. And it was in the 60s in France, dude. Like that's fucked up. So it's not even like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm tired, bro.
All right.
It's almost one.
Well, we had one more person, but I guess we are wrapping this up.
Yeah, it's the
Uh,
usual, 1 hour and something
yeah,
minutes,
after
where
an hour,
people
people
start to
starts
show
to
up.
come.
Guys, it feels like we've been like here for 2 hours
Do you
already.
think in
God,
Twitch, like the more you are on Twitch, that kind of goes up
I
or some
think
shit like?
so. To be honest, like that's the thing. Every time that I'm watching a stream, like they're talking, say bullshit for like an hour, waiting for people to show up, and then it starts.
Yeah.
And you're like, then why? Why the fuck? Like I don't understand. Like just to finish on that, I don't understand how in fucking TikTok like you can get pushed in a second. Like Oliver was like going 100 people view like in 9 minutes, less than a minute. Here on Twitch you need to wait a fucking hour for people to kind of show up and
But
then
he's
maybe get in the
already
stream. Like
established. He already have like how many
still,
followings?
I don't know. But
Thousands?
still, that's the thing. TikTok is not like that either. It's not like the followers automatically see the live. You just go on TikTok, you type live, and then you'll see random lives.
Yeah. By the way,
From people you don't
they
even follow.
extended TikTok ban again, like 75 days.
Yeah, I see that. Do you think your girlfriend, if I can say, the
Jessica.
no, don't mention shit. I'm talking about the girl that you're sending me on TikTok that wants to open a new TikTok type of thing.
Oh, the Tao girl. The yeah.
Tao, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Your
yeah.
girlfriend.
Yeah, yes, because like you're such a fan of the idea that you're
No, I
saying me
mean,
that like it feels like
I,
you're
I
so
kind of wanna
personal.
I kind of wanna compete with your Skylight fandom with my Tao fandom, which Tao is behind actually. Like they didn't even like have the beta or some shit
They
like
don't
that.
have anything,
But
dude.
they're coming hard. They are gonna come hard. The problem is TikTok is still there. So I don't think.
I don't understand why they're still not fucking there moving their ass. Like Skylight, I don't say Skylight is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying like Skylight, they put that fucking shit together. They were two. Like they put all of this shit together in 2 months. They're only
Yeah.
two people. That's it. Like why this show shouldn't fucking move the fucking faster then? You know? She's like,
I don't
yeah, we
know.
want to have a co-op, where people decide and things like that, communism. And I'm like, okay, good, fucking do it then. And nothing is like, okay, let's see a picture. And it's the fucking worst logo ever. And it's called a fucking nightclub. Like, shit, come on. It's like organizing it. It's the same. It's impossible.
We'll see. We'll see. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, sure. But I don't know what they're waiting for. You know, like to be honest, I think it's really what I'm saying right now, which is interesting. It feels like people are willing to do something, but they don't know how to fucking do it. You know, and they're like, okay, let me try that. So if I create this account and I get some people, random people, to show up and give their ideas, maybe we can do something collective, like a community.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's not just like that. You need to fucking put people to fucking work, dude.
Yeah.
Like meaning, okay, you know what? I'm in charge right now, and people can get whatever the fuck they want to say, and their voice is important. But I still need to have a leader, not a leader in general, but I'm talking about like leading this project to the point where it can be autonomous. And that's the
Yeah.
problem with those things. Is like if you start, it's like you're trying to create a new world or a community uh, from scratch.
Yeah.
No,
I
the
mean,
reality is
the general idea is, at least for Tao, I think they for a long time, even though they had the idea, okay, this is a TikTok alternative, and I think they wanted to stick with that. What was the protocol?
AT.
AT to the AT protocol, and they want to something very similar to TikTok. But I remember through the newsletters that they tried to figure how we are gonna like the business model, like what type of business it is gonna be. Is it feasible in some sense? They talk with, like, they release these interviews of people who um, did business in that sense, and they also sometimes say that's like it's a little bit more tricky to bring people together to make money because it's non-profit in some
Uh huh.
sense. It's a co-op. But I think the general idea is that it shouldn't be
But
co-op, and
that's
if
the
there's a
thing.
money accumulated, it should go back to the business.
That's what they're saying also. Like, but that's the thing. Is it the fucking things? Like that's like okay, you're uh you're taking random people,
Yeah.
you abduct them, you throw them in the fucking forest. The rest of the world is dead.
Uh-huh.
Fucking deal with it. Like those motherfuckers, they're like, okay, before eating, before trying to find food, before trying to go fishing, and get some fucking crops, let's decide of how the fucking like system of government we should apply first before we decide, to do that, you know. And that's the fucking bullshit. Like, no, okay, that person has this skill to fucking do that. Just go there then. Fucking do it. You
Gandalf
know
is
what I'm
here,
saying?
dude.
Gandalf is here. Yo, yo, yo.
Matt was leaving Gandalf,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe
No
we
way,
can keep
almost.
him here.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? It feels like that. It feels like, okay, let's think about how we should create this perfect society, but then we don't act or we don't do shit, 11, 13 converts now. You see, that's what I'm saying. Gandalf's understand his shit. It's like, let's act. We'll figure out on the way. And you see, we have done 3 spiritual group sessions.
Yeah.
You see, like he was not like planning to do those fucking sessions beforehand, but then,
He just does it.
it does it. Exactly. And this is
Call
why
to
like
action.
Skylight was the same idea. It's like those two people, they're like, okay, let's try to build something. Like they built.
Yeah.
Their intention was not maybe as grateful as Tao, but you know, at least, they did something and then now they can build around it. The fourth one we plan is to summon spirits in an abandoned hospital. Nice. Dude, I wish we could do live with you. That would be so fantastic.
With
Like I
Gandalf.
wish you like I would love to see, a live session on on whatever Twitch, TikTok, wherever it is, and see you summoning spirits in abandoned hospital.
Real
That would
time.
be beautiful. Real time. Like you can like add converts like in a minute if you do that on TikTok, Like I bet 100 people gonna watch, and then 1,000 people gonna watch, and then like by the end of the fucking stream, you got like thousands of people, following you.
That's how Gandalf sees other people. Converts. Like these are
Yeah.
11 and 11 to 13. Why 11 to 13? Like you're not sure about two people if they're going to convert or not because like 11 is guaranteed and then what's that other two? Yes, please. Matt, what are you thinking?
I'm not thinking anymore, dude. It's like 1 a.m. I don't understand what's going
Tired?
on. One of the people attending my spiritual group was a nuclear scientist.
Okay. Nice.
But what are you gonna do with it? Like, if you get the equipment, as you're saying, the nuclear equipment, what are you doing with it?
Did you watch Attack on Titan? Gandalf. So you want to wrap it up? What's going on?
Yeah, give me 10 minutes and fine for
Okay.
10 more minutes.
Since Gandalf is here, you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna stick around a little bit longer.
I can fancy to foreign powers. I can develop my own program. It's
Well, you need to get the island first.
yeah, get the island, and use that power to generate the electricity for your island, private thing. But did you ask, like, okay, real question about that? Did you ask like entities or spirits or aliens what they think about that idea?
Wait, what does that mean? I
Like
might.
getting nuclear, whatever the fuck
No,
it
no.
is,
He
nuclear
just
equipment.
wrote, I might no longer need to work for a living. So.
Yeah, if he sells nuclear equipment to foreign powers, or if he develops his own program, obviously he doesn't have to work anymore. But did you ask for spirits or aliens what they think about that? Because like it feels like there's always something going on when there's like nuclear test or nuclear installation. This is most of the time where people are used to seeing UFOs and encounters. So I bet they're intrigued, interested about that. Did you ask them if they're cool with it or if
No,
they
he
don't
said he
like it?
didn't ask.
Oh, well.
Did you watch Talk to Me, Matt? The movie?
No.
Hmm.
What, the horror movie?
Yeah,
The
it's
Hand
a
or some
horror.
shit like that?
Yeah, The Hand. Yeah,
How was it?
yeah, it was okay. But like how it starts is that there's this hand, right? And they say it at the beginning. That's kind of like a
Uh-huh. That's good.
Gandalf. Um,
Like, we gotta
so they,
write a movie at one point.
I think he should. I think he can. He doesn't need to work for a living if that movie goes.
Yeah.
Um,
So they shake the hand.
like yeah, and the hand is supposedly the hand of a medium, like a real hand, and it's covered with like ceramic or some shit like that. So they touch the hand, and then you need to say "talk to me." The moment you say that, you see a ghost demon, kind of like someone dead in front of you, or supposedly. Um, and then you say, "I let you in," and then they possess you. And then when you do that, you have like people around, like they are doing it like to have fun, like they do it at a party,
Uh-huh.
and they kind of say like you shouldn't be possessed more than 90 seconds, and it should be like few seconds, and then they take out the hand, and then they kind of blow the candle that they lit before, and then you should supposedly be out of it, right?
Okay.
After 90 minutes, like there's like some risk that you may not get out of the plane or something like supposedly.
And of
But the
course that
funny thing
happens.
was like they're doing it at a party, like it's like almost everybody is like acknowledge that this is a true thing. A lot of different people are doing it. Like it's like repeating, and everybody's taking videos, like on their phone. Like these are young kids, like maybe like 18, 20 or something like that. Um, and it's like viral, like it's on video, like everybody knows it, kind of a thing. But then classic shit hits the fan, and
Actually stuck.
yeah. But it's like it was that made me think like how would I feel if something like that would be real, like there are people sharing it, it's viral, and I'm convinced that fuck, like there is this thing that I would try it probably.
I would try it, like those psychedelics, cop streets. As for what I meant by not needing to work for a living, I'm getting a payout from the government and I'm investing in the stock market with me and a fellow convert plus the
The
calls.
stock market is crushing, bro.
Yeah, maybe that's a good time to invest.
Maybe it's a good time. Yeah, that's true.
What I mean, like I'm getting a payout from the government. Why? They do something to you? Or do you have like a special loan for creating a cult or something like that from them? That would be great. Hi, government. I need help.
Did I tell you the thing happened to me a few days ago when I was sleeping? I woke up in the middle of the night, went to restroom, came back. So I'm like in the bed sleeping, and like I'm turned to my left side, and then like my right ear is up. So I heard this in here. Did I tell you that?
No.
Yeah.
In here, like,
In
they try
here.
to get in your ass or some shit? In here.
It's almost like
In
I'm in
here.
here, but it was like in here. And then I
Mm.
was like, I opened my eyes and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I just stand up, just, walked a little bit. God damn it. And it felt like, like you're right in between sleeping and not. Like I was not like just lying in my bed and I'm like, this is like 3 a.m. Like it's just like, and it was so weird though, because I'm not sleeping at that point also. Like it's obviously not a dream. Like I'm like,
What's funny is like people, like we mentioned it, like it feels like it's like those. night terror, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Like for me, when that happens to me,
yeah.
it's just my ex is trying to contact me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't see anybody, in a weird way. It's not like a ghost trying to communicate with me. It feels like it's just my fucking exes that are trying to communicate with me in
Yeah.
psychic things that I can
I
hear. And I'm like,
or
bitch, what are you talking to
maybe
me?
it's aliens, like they were like in here, like we are in here doing like our thing. Don't worry
We're
about it.
probing you. We're probing you.
Just probing you in here in your butt.
So okay, what Gandalf said. This screwed up bad, and now I don't have a special loan for the cult because converting people of different tastes is illegal. Yeah, I agree, of course.
How
Pretty
old
cool.
are
I
you
shifted
guys?
realities while sleeping. You see, like you kind of.
Matt is 48 and I am 24. Sorry, 34, not 24, 34.
Are you?
I'm actually 32. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. You're turning 44 in a minute.
Are we disclosing our ages?
Of
Real
course
real
not.
ages? Of course not. Don't give
No,
it to
people
some. The
can.
government might be listening, Gandalf.
Yeah,
We can't really
government. Yeah, yeah,
disclose.
yeah.
These are not our real names, just so you know. Made up names.
Yeah, made up names, made up. I don't know. I don't know what I want to say something. Oh, how much do you have saved in
Oh,
terms of
dear,
US
we're rich.
dollars?
So much money.
So much money, dude. So much. Oh my god! If there's a ghost coming up. Come here. Come here, Burpee. Yep.
He doesn't like sitting on
No,
the
she wants
lap.
hugs. Yeah.
She wants what?
Hugs.
Hugs.
How much do we save, dude? There is no saving. Just running. You know that.
Exactly. Just spending.
I know. Guys, I gotta go, I guess.
All right.
Because my dog, if she's here with me, means that she wants to get out.
Makes sense.
What the fuck are you doing? She's scratching her face. Um, Wait, what did you say? The dog reminds me of one of the Converse using a spiritual technique to find their lost dog. Papi, cookie, stop. And then, what do you mean? How much the cult has saved? What do you mean? Like, do you have like a 401k plan and a saving account?
Why am I getting balloons?
Get the balloons?
What's going on? Why am I getting balloons? Is it because I'm doing like
Yes.
this?
Dude, these guys got like over 40 grand. Motherfucker. I mean, not fucker, but hey. That's good though.
Yeah,
Are you
that's good
putting that in the
saving.
trust fund? Like, don't spend it all, on the stock market. Even though like it's crashing and maybe it's good, to buy some of the stuff. Don't put all that money there.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna go. I think you're ready to.
I need to go, yeah, too.
All right. Well, thanks for the sesh, bro.
Thank
Next time
you.
we're like probably start like an hour before, just leave it there, and then
I
come
mean,
back
dude,
and
like
start
it was
talking.
last minute. I was just coming back from the gym. It was like already 10 p.m. or some
Yeah,
shit. So it's not like the usual hours that we're doing it. But
and we should talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
the
we're good.
content too. I, want to do a video and put it out there.
Yeah, something is gonna change. Something's gonna happen. Yeah, we're gonna have like some new things going on soon. We are working on it. Um, but yeah, thanks Gandalf. As usual, thank you for your stories. Uh, we want to see more stuff next time too. You know, and yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for following. Thanks for everything. We're yes and no. Signing off.
All right. See you, bro.
Bye.